Let's go.
Hey everyone, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today's video will be kinda short as we take a look into the pre-season of the next survival program to come out of Mnet, Queendom Puzzle. I'll just go through what we know so far, my review on the first round of performances, and just some of my predictions of a debut lineup. I don't feel like I'll be recapping each episode like I did with Boys Planet, just because I don't think I'll have time to catch up with them, but I might do a quick one-off ranking for each round just to see some discussions while also providing a bit more content. But yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Without further ado, let's get into Queendom Puzzle. So what we know so far is that already debuted female idols will compete in a survival program. There were initially 28 idols, but now we have the departure of Labom's Haen and soloist Cheon due to personal reasons. From my quick research within the 28 contestants, 6 of them were just recently on another survival program called Reverse that ended 2 months ago, while 17 out of the total 28 contestants have previously competed on some form of survival program. The aim of the show is to form a 7-membered project group, which hasn't been elaborated on in terms of what this means for navigating promotions for their other respective groups. Another teaser did come out recently, and from what I could make from it, since there wasn't really subtitles, they'll show off an up and down battle where each idol will audition individually with the contestants rating each other whether they deserve to be up, which is good, or down, which is bad. Evil editing seems to occur with who I think might be Rocket Punch's Suyeon or Haiky's Rina, with Weekly's Jian, who both perform Nayeon's Pop as their audition song. There may also be a Cheon evil editing, as the previews indicate that she votes down for Yorum's performance. Plus, there's this whole thing trying to hype up her performance, which Mnet is really trying hard to milk all that they can with her. They then show the glimpse of how they formed each team, and yeah, that's kind of what I've seen so far, as they've uploaded the first proper rounds of performances onto YouTube, which I'll review next. With the reviews, I'll start off with the songs, which I want to say I like Snap a little bit more than Charismatic, but just in general, both songs low-key didn't hit as strong as I wanted it to. Also, based on the final chorus, I think you can kind of tell who won each song, considering they added something extra to the final choreo. But yeah, because of how I felt about these songs, each subunit just kind of felt the same to me, and I don't think I'm really able to articulate whether there was a better team that formed the song well. I mean, I do have some standouts within each group, but the amount of frontrunners were really small. For pick on the top, the only person I could kind of remember was Nana. Not sure why, but she was pretty vibey. I don't know if she has frontrunner vibes, but she would be someone I would keep an eye out for just because she was pretty memorable, even though I don't really know much about Ua. From quick research, she's also hosting Show Champion at the moment, which does indicate some form of interest within Korea that would warrant her to get hired as an MC. So I'm definitely keen to see more from her. For Pick Cat, I want to say Yuki and Yeon were my standouts. Both have very similar tones in terms of rapping, but you can still kind of distinguish them. It would be so cool to have a proper rap duo that are able to get proper lines while effortlessly alternating between each other, which is what I hope could potentially happen with them or even any other rap duos within the show. For Drop the Beat, I want to say Suyeon stood out to me the most. Another contestant where I don't know too much about Rocket Punch, but she sounds like she's going to be a good contender for a vocal position. I do hope she does get a bit more appreciation, but with the way they have Kay and Bora as the more notable vocalists, she will have such strong competition ahead. Snap, 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 snap. From the front to the back. And finally, for Athena, my standout was Ali. There is definitely some bias with this one just because I really like Wikimeki. With the two songs, Charismatic suits Wikimeki's concept a bit more. So to see her perform Snap instead was a bit different, but in a good way. Plus, she was taking up a bit more of a rapping role, which another thing, she doesn't really do that considering she usually is a lead vocalist-ish within Wikimeki. But just overall, it just kind of worked well, and I do hope that she does get enough attention to actually climb up the ranks. But yeah, I do also gotta give props to Kay, who did her thing vocally on the pre-chorus. For predictions for a debut lineup, this is pretty early, but usually with survival programs where they use only pre-established debuted idols as contestants, it tends to be a popularity game. I mean, obviously we have yet to see it, so there's still space within the lineup for those underdog idols who might get a viral moment, or even just a good storyline showing their determination. But yeah, since this is a preseason analysis, I'll form a likely team based on popularity and then another team based on what I would want using what we know so far. Starting off with popularity, or a likely lineup which is slightly opinion based, just because I don't really know some of these contestants too well, so they might just have some hidden popularity that's too niche for me to realize. So for this team, we have Yorum, Yeon, Kei, Sujin, and Bora as the popular idols, and then I want to throw in one member from High-Key because they really feel like the underdogs based on the first performance, and then maybe Nana, Miru, or Juri as the random I don't really know pick. As for my personal lineup, my decision was based on two factors. Firstly, just based on the intro performances, I would have Rina, Ali, Kei, Yeon, and Yuki. Then based on the pre-show bias from knowing them a bit during their debut life, I would include Sangha or Hiso. Final thoughts. The preview makes Queendom Puzzle look so interesting, considering I had always wanted a Road to Queendom type of show. However, with the way that they've been already editing this through the previews, I feel like there's going to be so much evil editing, which hopefully we're able to clock all of the evil editing. Plus, the way these idols are soloists or groups that are not as popping, Mnet kinda has more power and the ability to spin narratives toward casual viewers who may not necessarily care as much about contextualizing all of what Mnet has done, and so they might take it at face value. Considering the newness of the show and how they've adapted the Queendom show format, I do hope that this means that this will draw in more viewers and then it'll generate more hype to never need to do this again. I mean, specifically, Bora and Taeyeon really out here collecting all these survival shows. And then we have a little side note, but then I'm just realizing Ujusonya, they won the recent Queendom season, and so to have Yorum competing in this too, with one of her competitors in Queendom being a judge or mentor, like my brain, it just make it make sense. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and let me know what your thoughts are about the preseason info about the show, your thoughts on the performances, and who you're rooting for, or maybe even a debut lineup if you have one in mind. Like I said in my last video, I do have another video in mind which I have kind of started drafting a script for, but I'm not sure how long it'll take and whether I can get it out within the next week or within the 2 weeks. But yeah, if people couldn't tell, my next video will be on Black Swan, which I'm not sure if most of you guys might know who that group is. But yeah, if you're interested in hearing this, or maybe even my future releases, please subscribe to keep up to date, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!